Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Been looking for a deal on a wood kit for my car. I'd even called somebody today to ask them about their wood kits. Evidently with COVID going on, there's some constraints in the market with regards to wood kits. I ended up dropping by a fellow's place that had that really nice 5-window coupe that I took the measurements off of. I'd asked them a while back if they had the old wood kit that they had tore out, and they said no, we got rid of it. But today, surprisingly, it popped up and it was sitting in a pile and it was rotting away. They said, hey, you want it? And I said, absolutely. So really what I wanted from the onset was to be able to make my own wood kit. I've got a wood shop and I hated to spend $1,000 on a wood kit. You know, with having all this equipment here, I was like, I would much rather just build my own. So anywho, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a Model A wood kit today, actually like through today and tomorrow, and I'll be good. So thought I'd go ahead and bring you along. Let me show you what I got so far. So this is what I picked up. It is a mess. We're going to go through and sort it and see what I have and what I don't have. Hopefully I've got enough examples of the right parts to make this thing happen, and I think I've got enough information to make it happen even if I am missing some parts. After I did my inventory last night, I've nearly got a complete roof system, and I've got about 40% of a body kit here. I think I've got like the most complicated pieces. These are both really complicated pieces, a lot of detail in how the wood is got some dados and some curves and whatnot, so I'm happy with that. Of course, I'm super happy with having the bigger portion of the windows. I've got to figure out this bottom. I don't know if this is the bottom or the top. Wait, those are the tops. These are the bottoms. I got to figure out the bottoms. I got to figure out the piece that goes that these connect to. There's a long piece, and that's the B pillar basically. I've got to make both of those. This is for my back window. This would be a lateral, and I think this is the top one, because of the contour that is made in it. You can see I kind of ticked off the items that I did have. The small items did not survive. I don't have any of those. I got to figure out those. And I'm missing one of these. I'm missing both of those. I do have a header. Picked it up at Moultrie. Talking about the roof kit now. I have this piece. I have all the pieces with the exception of the dome light piece, which is no big deal. These sides here, these are really complicated. There's a lot of shape, especially toward the end of those. I've got those. I've got the brackets that go from these up to and supporting these mains. So happy with all that. I've got to kind of do some best guess with regards to the pieces of contour that's missing when I do my templates to make this piece right here. So I've got myself this aluminum rule that is going to help me figure out the contour that I believe should be there. That's not going to be that big of a deal. The material that I got for this project is what was available to me here locally. And I decided to go ahead and use some cypress. I live in Florida, in the Panhandle. Cypress is available to me. Ash is not. They're both, you know, kind of looking at the qualities of between the two. They're both considered softwoods. Ash, of course, is clearer grain than cypress. But I bought some #1 cypress, and so I avoided the knots by doing that. And Cypress has got some qualities that I think would have been important for these kits, and that's one, rot resistance, water resistant, and then bug resistant. So you can see the wood it's pretty straight grain. It's not like typical pine or whatnot. I've used cypress before. I like it. I'm going to be using this. I bought, this is a 1.5 inch dressed to 1 inch, and that's a piece of 3/4. So between these 3 dimensions, I believe I can make it all happen. I might have to do a build-up of a couple of parts by using like 2 and some 3/4 or some 1. And then I also have some corners that I'm going to have to do that are going to require some finger joining and some bandsaw action and whatnot. So those will be fun. I know I'm going to be using, this is my back panel, and I'm going to be using this as a reference today because I've got to take some members across here and right there. So I'm going to go ahead and start out the day by truing up these flanges and get started. So let me put you up on the stand and we'll get at it. Okay, so next day, got the glue ups all out of the forms, and I need to give them the scrape and start probably run them through the joiner, get them cleaned up and ready to mark up. To mark up, I'm going to have to, you know, look at each profile piece by piece and start kind of breaking it apart as far as, you know, like an order of operation that I'm going to want to do to it, because some of them are curved, some of them are curved and have you know, shapes carved into them and dados and rabbits and that sort of thing. So anyway, so I've got to kind of figure that out. But before I get into that, I've got to get some more pieces roughed out. I've got the main large pieces that required the build-up. I got those under control. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the bows. And I'm thinking about maybe changing the dimension of these a little bit. Maybe make them a little bit stiffer, a little bit whatever, a little bit more robust. You know, it's I'm not looking for having a concourse car, so I can do anything I want to. And I think that I've got plenty, yeah, all around to kind of make them a little more beefy. I even thought about adding maybe an extra one. Thinking it might make it more user-friendly as far as the upholstery side of the house. Right now there's 4. Maybe I'll end up making mine with 5. And the window piece is kind of an oddball. So they do like a finger joint, which is no problem. We can do that. We can make that happen. And the piece has got some taper in it from top to bottom. Gets wide at the bottom, and they go into another finger joint. And so yeah, that's going to be a little bit of thinking. I'm going to work on these pieces too. But yeah, I got the window opening cleaned up and dollied up straight so I can fit the boards up to it. These are my cross braces that I recently picked up at Moultrie for a heck of a deal. That says 35 bucks. They're originals. They need to be cleaned up a little bit, but they are solid. There is no rust on them. They are a real good piece. These retail for like 150 bucks a set right now, I think. If not that, a little bit higher. So that was a steal. Here's these oddballs. I wish I could tell you where these go, and I can't right now. And I've got to figure out this end. So luckily I've got enough to go by. So anywho, let's go ahead and get at it. So taking a look at the bows, got a couple of rulers jammed in the front and back. You can see I've got good contact where there should be contact in the bow. So that's making me feel good. I should have a nice, well supported roof, whatever I end up going with. I don't know if this is a little bit low here. If so, I can always shim this up a little bit. I'll decide during the final fitting. I'll take a look at things, but I'm definitely in the ballpark. It's not all crazy. So yeah, really happy with that. All in all, I'm happy with everything so far. This is going to be a considerable amount of work getting these pulled in correctly together. Right now it's not working out for me, but this is pretty preliminary. So this is a kind of a crusty and rusty visor I got. It's a little wrinkled. I don't know if I'm going to use this one for the Coupe. I've got a perfect one right here, original. I was going to use that for my 2829 two-door sedan, but I don't know. We'll see. This one's been kind of butchered up a little bit, but all in all, I think I might have a little bit more shaping, a little bit more work to do on this sail panel right here. But everything is really in the ballpark. Super happy to even had gotten the chance to buy this roof section. You don't find them every day of the week. The wood underneath my doors is sitting where it needs to be. The flange, the nailing flange. Yep, very happy with it so far. I've got the panels for the back window. I've got those complete. And they're ready for whatever I want to do with them next. I got them kind of sitting here standby. This is an original piece. I think I want to save this as a template, and I might make one of these tomorrow real quick. Make the upper, and then the two pieces that go into the lower portion of the door. These are actually the B pillar. These are those. Pretty straightforward piece. No big surprises. I've got those done. As far as what I don't have done, I don't have the little parts, which I don't think they're going to be too overwhelming. I've got to make the pieces that go around the windows, the rear windows, and I got to do all those little parts right there. And these right here. I got to make some metal brackets. There's some metal brackets that are all over. I've been measuring myself, keeping myself honest along the way. I took a lot of measurements from that car that I had available to me, and I did some cross-section references, and I established like my reference point here, and so I can go back and I can check basically the width of the car. I've got a reference to the one that I got to touch and measure. See if mine's in the ballpark. I measured today, and I think I came within, like a quarter and in some cases like a half. There was a small difference, but now that I've got the skins on and whatnot, that's going to change things as well. So I got to get back on it and check. But anyway, if anything, as far as expected gotchas, I'm not 100% convinced that my contour along the side of the car is where it needs to be. I think it's flattened. You can see how it kind of points along the side. I think it's flat, and I've got some cardboard templates that I made from the other car. Let me see if I can put one out here and show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Here's one. Okay. See that gap right there? This template was taken from that other car, and I've got a significant gap right there. So I think this car sat on its top for a while. I really do. And I think it's flattened out a bit. I think it's flattened out a little bit. And I don't know right off the top of my head as to what I'm going to do about that. Yeah, this side's not as bad. It might just be the driver's side. It fits pretty good. Let's see another one. That's the deal. It's the driver's side. The driver's side. Take a couple of pictures. We'll do a comparison real quick. You take a shot of this. So I just did some comparison shots right there, and sure enough, the driver's side is smashed down. It's significantly different than the passenger side. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to bring that contour back across the entire length of that piece. I'll probably use the English wheel, and I'll probably use the rubber band on it. So that'll be interesting. But all in all, progress is being made, and ready to keep at it. So anyway, thanks for tuning in and checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll keep them coming. Keep on moving along, get this car done, and we're in a new year. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Catch you later.